Tammy Slaton, who is a star of the 6th season of 1,000-Pound Sisters, has always had disagreements with other members of the Slaton family. However, her current conflicts with Amanda Halterman, Chris Combs, and Misty Wentworth have reached a fever pitch. Tammy Slaton, who is 38 years old, and her sister Amy Slaton, who is 37 years old, are the subjects of the show, which follows their weight loss adventures. Their other 3 siblings are continually by their sisters' sides. It is not possible for Amy and Tammy to have grown up in the same house as Amanda, Chris, and Misty because the Slaton family tree is highly convoluted. In order to make up for it, they spend all of their time together during their adult years. Although they were raised in Indiana, the 5 Slatons are currently residing in Kentucky. They are quite close to one another. With each of them undergoing bariatric surgery and going under the knife, the stars of the 6th season of the show 1,000-Pound Sisters have all accomplished remarkable weight loss milestones during the course of their existence. Throughout the entirety of the process, the siblings have been there for each other, and the dynamics of their family may be the most enjoyable aspect of the unscripted series. As is the case with any close-knit family, the Slatons frequently find themselves in conflict with one another, particularly when the fiery Tammy and Amanda are involved. Please continue reading to find out more about the dispute that Tammy has with Amanda, Chris, and Misty. The incredible changes that Tammy has undergone. Despite the fact that all of the Slaton siblings have undergone remarkable weight loss experiences, some of them have been less linear than others. When the first episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters aired, Tammy weighed 600 pounds. Despite having a severely limited range of motion and a quality of life that was below average, Tammy was unable to commit to a diet. Indeed, it appeared that she was merely putting on weight. A staggering 725 pounds was Tammy's weight when she was at her heaviest. Tammy continued to live a risky lifestyle in which she consumed food without restraint, drank excessively, and frequently went out to parties. Tammy herself, along with everyone else, came dangerously close to giving up on her. The moment Tammy became ill, everything was different. Following her arrival at the hospital, Tammy had to be placed in a coma that was induced by medical professionals. In order to save her life, this was the only option. The moment Tammy opened her eyes, she was finally frightened enough to take action regarding her weight and the deteriorating state of her health. In the 6th season of Sisters, the star who weighed 1,000 pounds checked herself into a rehabilitation center for weight loss. Following treatment for her addiction to food, Tammy underwent bariatric surgery and experienced a remarkable weight loss of 500 pounds. What's going on with Tammy and Amanda's drama? Upon her release from rehabilitation, Tammy was in need of a place to call home. She was away in rehabilitation when her home was broken into and all of her belongings were taken. The place she had been residing in had been broken into. To put it simply, Tammy was beginning her new life from the very beginning. The fact that she moved into a house that was owned by her sister, Amanda, resulted in complications. The accusation that Tammy makes against Amanda is that she is a poor landlord who does not perform the essential repairs in a timely manner. Tammy even required Chris to staple a large piece of plastic over a window that she alleges was shattered by Amanda's sons during the 6th season of 1,000-Pound Sisters. Chris did this for her. During the 6th season of 1,000-Pound Sisters, the tensions that had been building up between Tammy and Amanda finally reached a boiling point. When Amanda threw Tammy out of her house, it unexpectedly brought an end to a meeting that the Slaton family had been having discussing their weight loss adventures. Tammy walked out of the room with a rage, declaring that Amanda was no longer alive to her. Despite the fact that some of the Slatons have horrible tempers, this does not mean that they harbor resentment toward one another. Despite the fact that Tammy and Amanda have reconciled since then, they should never again reside in the same house. Reasons why Tammy is also angry with Chris and Misty. it wasn't just Amanda who was the target of Tammy's ire. As a result of the significant altercation that Tammy had with Amanda during the 6th season of 1,000 Pound Sisters, Tammy admitted to Amy that she was also upset with Chris and Misty. After she returned from the rehabilitation facility, she expressed her dissatisfaction with the fact that Chris and Misty had not been there for her in a meaningful way. Misty used to phone her on a daily basis when she was in rehabilitation, but she stopped calling her after Tammy returned home. She stated that this was the case. In light of the fact that the season is still in full flow, it is not yet clear how Tammy will handle the complaints that she has regarding her family. Ms. Slaton Tammy. At the age of 38, 500 pounds were shed. A. Slaton Amy, 37.5 years of age, 169 pounds were shed. A. Combs Chris, 44.0 years of age, 150 pounds were shed. It is Amanda Halterman, 43.5 years of age. She shed 31 pounds. Theresa Slaton Wentworth Misty. At the age of 48, she shed 74 pounds. 1,000 Pound Sisters has captivated audiences with the raw and often emotional journeys of Tammy and Amy Slaton, two sisters struggling with obesity and its impact on their personal and family lives. While the series primarily focuses on their weight loss challenges, one of the recurring themes in the show is the complicated family dynamics that have played a crucial role in shaping Tammy's experiences. Tammy, in particular, has faced significant emotional struggles, not only due to her weight and health but also because of her relationships with her family members. While many of her relatives have shown concern and tried to help her, Tammy's reactions often range from frustration to anger. Her difficult relationships with her sister Amanda Halterman, brother-in-law Chris Combs, and half-sister Misty Wentworth have caused significant tension in the show's storyline. These grievances are not just about simple family squabbles but are tied to deep-rooted issues of control, dependency, and unresolved emotional baggage. In this article, we'll explore why Tammy Slaton feels such anger towards Amanda, Chris, and Misty, and how these grievances impact her journey on 1,000 Pound Sisters. We'll break down the key issues in each of her relationships with her family members and attempt to understand the underlying causes of the discord. The backstory. Tammy's family dynamics. Before diving into the specific grievances, it's essential to understand the context of Tammy's family relationships. The Slaton family, like many others, has a complicated history. Growing up, Tammy and her siblings were exposed to a challenging environment. This included various family struggles such as financial instability, personal health issues, and more subtly, emotional neglect. As Tammy and Amy grew older, they both struggled with obesity, but their paths diverged in terms of how they managed their challenges. While Amy sought medical intervention and worked hard to lose weight, Tammy's journey has been marked by resistance to change and a tendency to self-sabotage. This has caused frustration for her family members, who want to help but feel that Tammy is not taking their advice or support seriously. Over time, these tensions have created an environment where Tammy's interactions with her family are often fraught with conflict. Tammy's grievances with Amanda Halterman, the sisterly bond that became strained. At the core of Tammy's grievances with her sister Amanda Halterman lies a complex mix of jealousy, resentment, and unmet emotional needs. From the beginning, viewers have seen that Amanda plays a key role in Tammy's life. She has frequently acted as a caretaker, stepping in when Tammy was in crisis. However, this dynamic, while seemingly supportive, has grown increasingly strained. Tammy's anger towards Amanda stems from several sources. First, there's the issue of control. As Tammy's health continued to decline, Amanda became a constant figure trying to push her to make healthier choices. Tammy, however, often resented being told what to do. The control that Amanda exercised over Tammy's decisions, especially concerning her weight loss and diet, has often led to feelings of rebellion and resentment in Tammy. This dynamic has left Tammy feeling infantilized and powerless, as if her own agency and ability to make decisions are being dismissed. Moreover, there is a deeper emotional wound at play. As a child, Tammy often felt overshadowed by her sister Amy, who was more successful in losing weight and securing a more stable personal life. This rivalry between the sisters has carried over into their adult years. Tammy has expressed feeling jealous of Amy's success, and this resentment extends to Amanda, who is also seen as someone who has their life together. For Tammy, Amanda's insistence on guiding her may be perceived as patronizing or indicative of Amanda's belief that Tammy is incapable of managing her life on her own. The cycle of dependency and frustration. Tammy's relationship with Amanda has been marked by a pattern of dependence, followed by frustration and anger. There are moments where Tammy seems to truly want to change and is open to the support that Amanda offers. However, these moments are often fleeting. Tammy's struggles with addiction, self-worth, and emotional baggage have made it difficult for her to maintain any significant progress. This leaves Amanda feeling like her efforts are in vain, further fueling Tammy's anger. Additionally, there's the issue of Tammy's refusal to take responsibility for her actions. Amanda's role as a caretaker has often forced her to bear the emotional weight of Tammy's poor choices. In turn, Tammy lashes out at her, unable to process the complex emotions that come with feeling cared for but also criticized. As Tammy continues to resist change, the cycle of frustration grows and the anger between the two sisters intensifies. Tammy's grievances with Chris Combs, the brother-in-law who wants to help, but can't. Chris Combs, Amy's husband, has also played an important role in 1,000-Pound Sisters. He is often seen trying to encourage Tammy to make healthier decisions, sometimes alongside Amanda and other family members. However, like Amanda, his efforts to help often result in frustration and anger from Tammy. Tammy's issues with Chris are less about personal rivalry and more about feeling misunderstood and unsupported. While Chris is often portrayed as the caring, no-nonsense family member, his approach to helping Tammy has sometimes been perceived as blunt or harsh. This has led Tammy to feel criticized rather than supported. She has a tendency to respond defensively, viewing Chris's attempts to push her as an attack on her character rather than a genuine effort to help. Chris, for his part, has voiced his frustration with Tammy's resistance to change. He has often expressed disappointment in her lack of progress and the constant setbacks she faces. However, for Tammy, Chris's tough love can come across as condescending. She resents being treated as though she is incapable of making her own decisions and wishes that Chris would approach her with more compassion and understanding. The struggle between motivation and real change. Chris's involvement in Tammy's journey has been marked by his attempts to motivate her, but these efforts have largely failed to produce tangible results. Tammy often seems to respond negatively to his encouragement, which only fuels the tension between them. Her frustration stems from the fact that she feels as though she is constantly being told what to do by family members but is rarely given the space to figure things out for herself. This lack of autonomy is a central issue in Tammy's grievances with Chris. She resents being treated as if her worth is tied to her weight and health. Chris's well-meaning efforts, while rooted in concern, are often perceived by Tammy as another layer of pressure, which exacerbates her anger and frustration. Tammy's grievances with Misty Wentworth, the complex relationship with her half-sister. Misty Wentworth, Tammy's half-sister, is another family member who has played a role in the ongoing family drama. The dynamics between Tammy and Misty are complicated, marked by both genuine care and underlying tension. While Misty has shown concern for Tammy's well-being, their relationship has been marked by emotional distance and misunderstandings. Misty's role in the family is somewhat different from Amanda and Chris's. As a half-sister, Misty's relationship with Tammy lacks the same level of closeness and history. This can sometimes make Misty's attempts to help feel more like interference, as Tammy may feel that Misty doesn't fully understand her struggles. Misty has tried to help Tammy in various ways, but her methods often clash with Tammy's personality. Tammy has expressed feeling alienated by Misty's attempts to intervene, which she perceives as judgmental or intrusive. The friction between them is intensified by the fact that Misty doesn't always fully understand the depth of Tammy's emotional and psychological challenges. While Misty may try to offer advice, Tammy is often resistant, feeling as though she's being criticized rather than supported. The impact of these grievances on Tammy's health and future. Tammy's anger towards Amanda, Chris, and Misty has significant implications for her journey on 1,000-Pound Sisters. The emotional weight of these unresolved grievances can contribute to her resistance to change and self-sabotage. Instead of leaning on her family for support, Tammy often pushes them away, resulting in feelings of isolation and frustration. This cycle of anger and rejection further entrenches her struggles with obesity and self-esteem. In order for Tammy to move forward in her health journey, she must address these family issues and find a way to reconcile with her loved ones. Until she can overcome these deep-rooted emotional grievances, her ability to make meaningful progress in her weight loss and personal growth will be severely hindered. Healing family bonds for Tammy's future. In conclusion, Tammy Slaton's grievances with her family, Amanda Halterman, Chris Combs, and Misty Wentworth, are the product of complex emotional dynamics and unresolved family issues. Tammy's anger stems from a combination of feelings of control, dependency, and unmet emotional needs. These tensions have played a significant role in her resistance to change and her struggle to move forward in her health journey. Understanding these grievances is essential for anyone following Tammy's story on 1,000-Pound Sisters. It is clear that Tammy's path to healing is not just about losing weight, it's also about addressing her emotional wounds and building stronger, more supportive relationships with her family. Only through healing these familial bonds can Tammy hope to break free from the cycle of anger and frustration that has held her back for so long. With time, patience, and a commitment to personal growth, there is hope that Tammy can overcome these challenges and find peace within herself and with her family.